Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the HGP Sportscast. The trophy-style doubles week of finals rolls off with an impressive start, and will wrap up over the weekend with the women's doubles. Hemraj Rasool and Jordan Beaton made it to their first trophy-style doubles men's finals. They had a close call against Joshua Kalekyezi and Virat Sharma in the semi-finals. It was an unexpected fight as they lost the first set 5-7, but managed to regain their composure and take the other two sets 6-3, 6-3. They squared off against the older and strategic combination of Philip Squires and Joseph de Jong, who dispelled hard hitters Khalid Gobin and Dominic Fraser 6-2, 6-1. Squires and de Jong proved formidable in the first set and secured an easy 6-1 lead, but the tides turned in the second set for the settled youngsters, who edged a 6-3 win. The deciding set was secured by the experienced Squires and de Jong after serving up big serves and putting together a more comprehensive game plan to secure it 6-3. The veterans displayed the highest level of craft in the game. Steve Surjbali and Robin Gobin faced off against the Barbician combo, Anthony Amorali and Godfrey Loden, in a crowd-pleasing match that had a little of everything. There were drop shot slices that left the spectators and opponents stunned, crisp volley rallies, and sportsmanship. Most of the games went to deuce and could have swung in either direction, but Loudon and Amorali closed the first set 6-3. There was a resurgence in the second set as Surjbali and Singh took a commanding 3-1 lead. While serving to head to another break, they were broken to remain at 3-2. Loudon and Amorali capitalized on this with a 6-4 win, crowning them winners of the trophy-style men's over 45 doubles. The action in the ladies' doubles will continue this weekend. Tennis player Venus Williams will not be charged over her involvement in a car crash that led to the death of a 78-year-old, a police report says. The family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Williams. The police had initially said the 37-year-old American was at fault, but footage emerged in July that they said showed her driving lawfully. Turning our attention to cricket, the 2017 Guyana Cricket Board Jaguars One-Day 50 Overs League enters its final preliminary round on Saturday, with matches at 4 venues across Guyana. Essequibo, champions of the 2017 Guyana Cricket Board Jaguars 3-Day League, and who are presently leading the points table of the 2017 Guyana Cricket Board Jaguars One-Day 50 Overs League, will do battle with current 5th place Upper Currentine at the Albion Community Centre ground, while joint 3rd place teams Georgetown and West Demerara will compete at the Tushin ground for an opportunity to reach the playoffs. The playoffs is set for December 28 and will be played between the 2nd and 3rd place teams, which will be declared at the end of the 7th and final preliminary round. Current 7th place Upper Demerara East Bank will compete with the present 6th place West Berbice at Everest ground, while defending Jaguars One-Day 50 Over League champions and current 2nd place Lower Currentine will oppose cellar-placed East Coast Demerara at Young Warriors ground. At the end of the 6th round, Essequibo are on top of the points table with 30 points, followed by Lower Currentine 27, Georgetown 21, West Demerara 21, Upper Currentine 16, West Berbice 14, Upper Demerara East Bank 9, and East Coast Demerara 6. Chris Gayle is a doubtful starter for the West Indies' second ODI against New Zealand at Christchurch on Saturday. He took ill, West Indies coach Stuart Law said after the match when asked why Gayle hadn't taken the field. Law added that Gayle was going to seek further medical advice once he arrived in Christchurch. The opener scored 22 in Wednesday's first ODI and did not field during New Zealand's innings. New Zealand won the match by 5 wickets. After being deemed not fully compliant to meet the necessary criteria, Birmingham is set to host the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Stanford Howard reports.
Birmingham has been named host city for the 2022 Commonwealth Games, the most expensive sport event to be held in Britain since the London Olympics. The city's bid was the only one submitted to the Commonwealth Games Federation by the deadline of September 30th, after it was chosen ahead of Liverpool as Britain's candidate. The Commonwealth Games Federation initially deemed the city bid was not fully compliant. However, it has now been confirmed as the host of the $750 million event. The bidding process has been beset with problems, with the South African city of Durban awarded the Games in 2015 before being stripped of the event because it did not meet the CGF criteria. After Birmingham's bid was initially deemed to not meet the necessary criteria, previously interesting cities such as Victoria in Canada, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia were given another 2 months to apply, but none did. This will be the third time the Commonwealth Games will be held in Britain. since the turn of the century, after Manchester and Glasgow staged the event in 2002 and 2014, respectively. Reporting for the HGP Sportscast, I'm Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford, and that has brought us to the end of this edition of the HGP Sportscast. Before we go, remember, adversity causes some men to break and others to break records. Goodbye.